Hello, and today I'm going to be ranking every single MCU show. This is specific to the MCU, and it's going to be the canon ones that I have seen. I'll make it clear. I have not seen the Netflix shows outside of Daredevil and Punisher, so those are the only two making the list. And I will give a slight honorable mention to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Because, is it canon? Is it not? I don't know. Because the answer is I'm at season 7 right now. It seems like from season 1 to 5, the showrunners think it's canon because they make MCU references. But then by season 6, like in season 5, they reference the Snap and Thanos. Then season 6, everything's all fine. So I don't really think it's canon. If anything, the first season would be more canon, but if it is canon, I would probably place it around 3rd or 4th on the list, somewhere in the 9s. Anyways, to start off with our absolute flop is Secret Invasion at number 21. I hated this show so much. I really did. I didn't hate it too much till the finale came out and it was god awful. Like every episode from there was like before then was okay. It was okay. Episode 4 was a highlight, being actually kind of good, and then everything else is just mid to probably the worst finale or worst episode in Marvel television. Also, it's 20th. I did a little mess up with making this list. Anyways, at number 19 is She-Hulk. Yeah, you didn't expect this to be much higher. It's really terrible. Actually, it's not true. It's not very true. Only some episodes are terrible. Some episodes aren't that bad. Then there's one actually like pretty darn good episode, and well, that's the one with Daredevil. The one with Daredevil is the only episode I would be like, wow, that's pretty darn good. So yeah, I can't rate highly. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Number 19, I know, is a very controversial one. It's Falcon the Winter Soldier. I remember people hating this a lot more when it came out because it is deserved. But now when I look at people's list of ranking every MCU show, it's like top 7 for most. I'm like, I don't know how you're getting there. Like, this show sucks. Like, it doesn't suck, but it does suck. Yes, episodes 1 through 5 range from it's okay to actually being pretty good. I think episode 4 and 5 are almost good. It's really just that finale. I'd actually argue is maybe just as bad as the Secret Invasion finale, but I think the other episodes are better than the Secret Invasion finale. And I really like John Walker. I will say I quite like John Walker. Except he's a lot better in the Thunderbolts, so I just watched a way better movie and has a better John Walker. Honestly, I made a whole video on this talking about why, but I really hate this show. I just do. It has a terrible racism allegory. It makes Sam Wilson a terrorist supporter. The Flag Smashers are absolutely terrible. I really just do not like this show. I'm going to give a 4.3 out of 10. And here's where I made a little hiccup. Echo. I forgot it existed. Echo will go between here and my next pit. So this number 18. It is supposed to be number 18. I just forgot. So let's continue. Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's so boring. Anyways, at number 17 is I Am Groot. I like every episode, but each episode's like 6 minutes. They're fun shorts. I don't really care, but they are canon, so I gotta include them. It gets a 5.2 out of 10. It's just can't go to par. Anyways, number 17 is Miss Marvel. The first 2 episodes and the finale I actually quite liked. It's everything in between that's just really not good, like at all. Like they have some of the worst villains in the MCU with the clandestines, I think, and the Department of Damage Control is just done way better than Wonder Man. So just watch Wonder Man. Actually, yeah, just watch Wonder Man if you want Department of Damage Control. And I guess episode 1 and 2 do have a sort of cool vibe of it being this like thing with this like teenage girl in school. That's something that you won't get out of the MCU, but then everything else is just nothing. It really is just nothing. So I can't really boost it up. Anyways, at number 15 is Eyes of Wakanda. Another one that I think is just so overrated. Honestly, I think the whole Black Panther franchise is so overrated. Like, the first movie's good. It's just good. It's not some masterpiece. It's not fantastic. It's just good. The second one, I'm actually maybe a bit higher than most. I don't think it's better than the original. I think it's pretty darn good. But, like, some people say it's great, then other people say it's terrible. It's neither. It's just good. And in Eyes of Wakanda, I think it would be a much more interesting concept if it was Wakanda throughout centuries and not Wakandans throughout centuries, because we learn nothing really about Wakanda. Like, really, we don't learn anything about Wakanda. Also, none of the episodes are exceptional or anything. None of them are really that good. Like, I guess I like the Trojan horse one, but like I don't really care about any of the characters. Like I really don't remember a single good character in this series other than maybe the Iron Fist. And that was kind of dragged down by having a pretty bad protagonist. But I also don't really like the finale. I'll just say it's good, it's standalone, but when you consider it with the MCU, what the hell are these time travel rules? And also, I don't really like how they just demean the Horde like that. Like, you're telling me a Black Panther can take on the Horde? Yeah. No. Like, they're celestial level threats in the comics. Like, what? Anyways, I'm gonna give it a 6.3 out of 10. Not the best. And number 14 is Ironheart. I actually kind of enjoyed Ironheart. The first half is a little rough. I'll say that. It's a little rough. It's not the greatest thing in the universe. But the second half is actually pretty good with the Hood, with especially that finale. It had one of the stronger finales compared to the season. I thought it was quite good with Mephisto, and it was very good. Honestly, I suggest watching it. Like I said, it's the most overhated MCU project. That's what I said in my video. It says like a 4.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Don't trust that. It is literally just review bombing. Like, anyways. Number 13 is What If. I know, again, everyone overhates on What If. Like, honestly, people overrate the first season, then overhate the next two. Is season 3 great? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not some atrocity. It's just fine. Is season 1 a great season? No, it really isn't. And if you are online, I feel like everyone is telling you, I feel like they're trying to brainwash me to make me think that season 1's the best season. Because really, a third of the episodes are duds. Half of them are great to fantastic, or to perfect. Like the Ultron episode and the Doctor Strange episode. Those are two spectacular episodes. The finale is the best finale. That's really it. I mean, the Ant-Man episode and the T'Challa episode are good, I guess. The Captain Carter episode is meh. Definitely the worst out of any of her episodes. Then Party Thor, Zombies, and Killmonger episode all kind of suck. And then What If Season 2 is way more consistent. I think other than 2 episodes, it's from great to really great. There's no high like the Doctor Strange episode, but there's no low like the Party Thor episode. So I like it a lot more. I'm going to give it a 7.2 out of 10. And also, the Season 3, people act like it's so bad. It's really just a lesser version of Season 1. The highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't as low. Anyways, at number 12 is Hawkeye. Hawkeye was very underrated. I think people, note that it's a good series, but then no one ever talks about it, you know? To be fair, I don't remember too much about it. All I do remember is that the first 5 episodes, pretty good. The finale, bit disappointing, in my opinion. I don't think it didn't stick landing that well, other than Hawkeye's ending, especially since we aren't getting Hawkeye Season 2. if that's the ending to the Hawkeye character, him passing it down to Kate Bishop, I'm okay with that. Anyways, next at number 11, I think you can switch around 11 and 10 on this list, but 11 is Moon Knight. I know everyone loves Moon Knight. I do too. I really like the first, I like the first 2 episodes, and I really like episode 5. But I will say, I don't really remember much in episode 3 and 4. I do have to rewatch the series, I will say. But I don't like the finale that much. I mean, it's cool. The kaiju battle, and I think it set up cool stuff. But now that we know we're most definitely not getting a Moon Knight season 2, it's an okay finale. I feel like that was the main problem with a bunch of the MCU shows in their earlier stages. These earlier MCU shows is that they never stuck the finale. Like, there are very few, like Loki stuck finale, and even though I love WandaVision, I would say that didn't really stick the ending that well. But anyways, next at 10 is, 10. Actually, wait, no, 9. Sorry, the Echo thing has ruined this list. This is 9. At number 9 is Marvel Zombies. I really like this series. I know it had very high viewership, and it was a big thing when it came out. I feel like people don't talk about it. I really liked it. I think it's a massive step up from the What If episode, where the tone was totally off. It was not good. I did not like that What If episode. Here, it's much better. I feel like they use the concept, I will say, they don't use the concept much better of Marvel Zombies. Do they use their powers? And I'm glad that Wanda has a personality. But everyone should have a personality. The whole cool thing about Marvel Zombies is that it's your favorite Marvel characters in zombie form. They aren't different. They just have this hunger to kill and feed. It's not like they're new, brainless characters. There are characters who know how to use their powers. That's what makes it so interesting. Also, that they went into the cosmos and stuff like that. But I think they could have just gave the zombies personality and reflected a lot more. I do think the tone is a lot better, except when it comes to the Shang-Chi crew. I would love to see more of Shang-Chi, but I didn't like his crew. They were all just so jokey. It was so comedy, and it just doesn't fit. I mean, I'm fine with a few jokes. I think people who act like they should be 100% serious are a bit dumb. You can't just be like that. Apocalypse or not, people are going to have a joke and a laugh. But their tone just did not fit it. But I really did like every episode, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Anyways, at number 8 is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. A bit overrated, in my opinion, but it's still very good. I feel like every episode got better and better. Except with that caveat, the first 2 episodes weren't the best. But the 2 episodes that ended the season were very, very good. So it's kind of an opposite, And then the middle half was very interesting. I really love Lonnie Lincoln. Every character is very interesting. I like this version of Peter. Honestly, the trailers did not give it justice. But, I mean, Marvel clearly had a huge excitement in it. That before the first season even came out, they gave it 3 seasons. So, yeah. Although, I think, I do like the concept of this is just what the MCU would have done if they had Spider-Man rights. But also, I think the idea of this is, Spider-Man Homecoming year or whatever it was, or Spider-Man Freshman year. I think that would have been pretty cool, too. Anyways, at number 7 is Agatha All Along. I think this is so slept on because it's so good. The last 3 episodes are all so good. Death's Hand in Mine is one of the best comic book series episodes ever. It's perfection. And the last 2 episodes are very fantastic. I really love that ending conclusion. But didn't have the greatest start. I would say the first 2 episodes are okay. I think they are very interesting, but they're not the best. Then once we get on the Witch's Road, it gets a lot more interesting and starts to really ramp up at episode 5. Episode 5 is pretty great. Episode 6 is even better. Episode 7 is the peak of the season, then it slightly goes down for next show. Overall, really love Agatha. I'm going to give it an 8.8 out of 10. Next is... Sorry. Next at number 6 is Born Again. I really want places higher because I'm slightly lower on it than before, but I do think it's really overhated. and perfectly rated, depending on who you ask. Born Again, I think, is amazing. I love it. And especially when the pre-over or post-overhaul team is there. Episodes one is fantastic. Then the last two, I think, are just perfect. Perfect. I'm so hyped for Daredevil Born Again season 2. But I will say, I do like the pre-overhaul stuff, like the White Tiger trial. I thought was really great. The Bankai's episode, well, a bit filler-ish, even though it did kind of progress Matt's whole story. But episode 6, I actually really, really enjoy. Like, I know people like kind of lump season or episodes 5 through 7 as the bad part of the season because episode 7 was quite disappointing in how they just killed off Muse like that. And episode 5, people call filler. I liked episode 5 a lot. And I also liked episode 7, other than them killing off Muse too early. But episode 6 was very, very good. Also, I really love the Punisher discussion in MCU. It's one of the best scenes in Daredevil and maybe just the MCU in general. It was spectacular. Anyways, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I really wanted to give it higher. And honestly, I think from Agatha all along to my 4th place on this list, you can probably swap them. Wait, no. Now my list. Okay, no, we are at number 7 now. We are actually at this. Born Again is actually number 7, and Agatha was number 6. And your friend. I hate this. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, at number 6 is Wonder Man. I know it may be a bit of recency bias, but I really love Wonder Man. It was so fun. It was such a nice, fresh breath of air. Felt like something that Marvel had never done before, but it was so good. I really like the cinematography. I really like the actors. And I think the lack of action, how this is just a show that happened to have some superhero elements, was really good. I think it started getting interesting from episode 3 and beyond. I mean, the Doorman episode peaked. The finale, very good. And then the 2 episodes before that, also very good. Overall, I think it's just very consistent. I'm really glad that they're most likely going to give us a season 2. And I'm very excited for it. I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10. Don't have too much to say about it, though. Number 5 is X-Men 97. Solid. Pretty solid. Yeah, X-Men 97, I really like. I really do like. People are too high on it, though. People say it's the best thing Marvel's ever made, the best thing since Endgame. You're wrong. You're just straight up wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong. Also, people say it's not canon to the MCU. The Watcher showed up, so I'm counting it as canon. But yeah, those people are wrong. They're just straight up wrong. It's very, very good. I'm not gonna lie. But it's a bit overrated. I think episode 4, total dud. I hate Motendo. Motendo sucks. Life Death Part 1 is the only thing that makes me consider that episode fine. Now, I will say, if they restructured it, it'd be a lot better. If they got rid of Motendo, replaced it for something else, that'd be much better. And then if we had episode 4, or episode 5 be Life Death Part 2, then episode 6 be Remember It, I think that'd be so much better. Then it feels like we didn't just take this useless break, and it felt like we're going to have more. Even though I did love Life Death Part 2, I think it could have been better. Also, I think people are behind the finale. I really don't like the first part and how they lower the threat. I mean, it's a great episode, but I don't like how they lower the threat of these, the humanoid sentinels. Where it's like a prototype took out basically the entire X-Men, but an entire town worth can just be stopped by Jean, Cyclops, and Cable. Doesn't make sense. Cable could barely defeat one before. Like, how is he? I don't get it. And then the finale, very, very good. Overall, I really do like the show. I don't know why I dogged on it so much, but I love it. I just think it's a bit overrated. So 9.1 out of 10. Number 4 is WandaVision. I think people are forgetting how good this series was. Yes, the finale, a bit of a dud when it's the CGI fight scene, but everything else in that finale, I love it. Except that they will never know what you sacrifice for them. Didn't work. But every other episode, I think the first 2 episodes take a bit of getting used to, but from 3 to 8, it's spectacular. Episode 3, great episode. Episode 4, fantastic. Episode 5, fantastic. Episode 6, fantastic. Episode 9, really great. And episode 8's perfect. I love episode 8. It's perfection. Anyways, I'm giving it a 9.3 out of 10. I loved it. It's one of the best eras of Marvel, in my opinion. Anyways, next is The Punisher. I know people dog on Punisher Season 2, but I really like it. Yeah, the Russian plot could be a bit more interesting, and the Russo stuff with Dina and Frank and Curtis is all much better, but I still like it. And the streak from the last 4 episodes of Season 1 to the first episode of Season 2, and then the third episode of Season 2 was so peak. It was all, like, fantastic episodes. Which, speaking of which, yeah, Season 1 is much better. Not because Season 1, 2 is bad. It's because Season 1 is just so good. It's very perfectly constructed. I don't think it's a perfect season quite, but it's so fantastic. Especially that and Virtue, The Vicious, Home, Danger, Close, and then the finale is all chef's kiss. It's so good. Honestly, I really want to talk about more, but like it would be second if Loki didn't exist, which I would Punisher gets a 9.6 out of 10. Loki's so perfect. I mean, like, that's also one of the reasons why I was mad at X-Men 97 when it first came out. People were like, oh, it's the best thing we've gotten in the MCU ever. I'm like, bro, Loki came out, like, 6 months ago. What are you talking about? Loki Season 2 is a masterpiece. I'll just get to the chase. The last 3 episodes are basically all perfect. The finale is a masterpiece. Episode 4 is perfect. Episode 3 is almost perfect. Or Episode 5 is almost perfect. Episode 1 is one of the best premieres to any comic book show of all time. And then episodes 2 and 3 are both really great. Season 1, even though I thought that was such a fantastic season, and I did not think they could top it. They topped it. Okay, they just did. It was so perfect. It was so good. It's a 10 out of 10 Loki. Loki is one of my favorite MCU characters, and this cast is one of my favorite MCU casts, like Sylvie, Mobius, B-15, OB, they're all such good characters. 10 out of 10 Loki. Anyways, number 1 is obviously Daredevil. Did you expect anything different? It's an 11 out of 10. Season 3 is a masterpiece. I need to explain. Almost every episode in that season is above a 9 out of 10, in my opinion. Season 2, Frank Castle stuff, perfect. Punisher stuff is perfect. The hand stuff, a bit disappointing. But it's still a fantastic series. And Season 1 is a very perfect season of television. It all fits together in a puzzle. The cast is so good. Daredevil is one of the greatest MCU characters of all time. Karen Page is the GOAT. Foggy is the GOAT. Mahoney is the GOAT. Kingpin is arguably the greatest comic book villain of all time. And Bullseye's up there. Spectacular masterpiece of a series. Generally, it's so good. Hands down greatest. So, yeah, that's my opinion on every MCU show that I have seen. Hope you agree.